Alright, here we go. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Nicky. So for this video, I'm doing a live stream because it's a lot easier than editing it. But basically we're going to go over the new meta for all the new gear, and then I'm going to try and do a quick little rundown of all the, well, not all, but some of the new changes going on. So let's turn around. Now if you notice, my settings are set to super low. I have not the best computer, so I really can't have them any more higher than that. Okay, so, and also I'm going to be doing it with Ranger just because it's what I'm used to. But obviously the stats for any class are all going to be the same. Just, different type, metal, leather, whatever. So we're going to start out with the weapon. So we got a whole bunch of different bows. I actually should probably filter this so it's a lot easier for me. Okay. So on here you'll notice there's a whole bunch of new, named weapons on here, like the Bone Dragon bow, which I'm assuming probably comes from the Bone Dragon. Now this one has a capture chance. I'm assuming this is probably taming, 8%, so it would be great for taming, but definitely not going to be what you need. Now, notice again that they are also, these are all S-tiered, so these are going to give you a ton of attack power. They're going to be a lot better. Pretty much all the A weapons are going to be useless at this point now. There's a defense bow we got, there's an HP one, and this attack power. This is one of the biggest changes that I love is, look at that attack power. With the max roll, you can get 1,400 additional attack. Now, aside from the bow, there also is a tunic and I believe legs that give you another 1,400. So that's like 3,600 additional attack power, strictly from just three pieces of armor. One sec. Okay. Sorry about that. That was my kid. So, attack power, as great as it sounds, we got an attack power one, a crit rate one. However, there's actually a better one than that. And this is definitely going to be the meta for PvP and probably PvE. It's going to be the defense penetration one. Now, it gives you an ungodly amount of 12.5. Now, we're going to see it in just a sec, but combined with this bow, you can also get gloves that give you another 12.5 defense penetration. So you're looking at a total of 25% defense penetration without even, any buffs or the passives from Storm Chaser and all that. So you're starting out with stupid amounts of penetration. Now, moving on to Offhand. When we first, what it is currently is the defense quiver, but there's other ones on here. Now, also, too, if you'll notice, a lot of them are going to have similar names. So the meta, more than likely, is going to have the same names, like the Water Spirit, Legs, and Tunic, and Bow are all going to be the attack power ones, which I thought was great because now you don't have to mix and match the names of them, and they all look sort of matching. But another new stat coming on here is Artifact Core Gain. This will be good. I would probably never buy one from the marketplace, but I'm definitely going to look for one because that will help when you're salvaging all the additional extra gear that you're getting. But the quiver also has a defense penetration at 12.5, so that's up to, 37.5 defense penetration with the bow, the quiver, and the gloves added on there. But that is more than likely going to be the default one for everyone. It doesn't look like anyone's actually gotten them yet unless they just haven't posted it on the market, but that's where we're going. For PvE, I would think that probably either critical hit rate or this one, not crafting. Probably still the defense penetration won't be there for PvE because it can still allow you to do a lot more damage to bosses, especially in dungeons or the world bosses that you fight. But this is going to be the chosen one. Not only does it look so badass, but this headdress is defense penetration. So now we're up to, 50% defense penetration with your bow, or whatever weapon you want, your offhand, your headdress, and your gloves. That's 50% defense penetration, which, honestly, I don't think would have been thought possible, with the Scions and Secrets update, but now it's just ungodly. And then for Tunics, the one that I probably would think for PvE is going to be the Water Spirit Tunic. This is the one I was talking about, the 1400 attack power, which is an unfathomable amount of additional attack, especially since you already have all the extra attack from having an S-bow. Now, if you do want to do defense, the PvP defense one's right here. This gives you 25, and I believe there's boots that give you another additional PvP defense, so probably for that it's going to be the Guide's Tunic. That's my cat, man. Got 3 black cats, Ghost, Poe, and Raven. I mean, we can go over all of them, but that's probably going to be the best one for Tunics. Where are we going? Slacks. So for slacks, this one, go down, where are you? So critical hit damage, this is another thing I wanted to point out. Well, that one's received, but it's going to be the same as the one that you give out, but whereas the original, well, here, we'll start with critical hit rate. Previously, the max roll critical hit rate you can get is 8.1, right? Now, it's 10%, which is way higher. So even with only 2 pieces of armor, you're at 20% critical hit rate. Now, where the downside is if you can see, the lower part of that is 2. So it's no longer, 5 to 8 for A tier and like 3 to 5 for B tier. It's now, you either get the 2 or you get 10 there, or anything in between for the same S gear. So that one's gonna suck, but we'll see what happens. So Corrupted Executioner's leg armor, I don't know if it's called the same thing for the other, but it's going to be the same stats, where it's going to be the 25% PvP defense, and that's going to be for both the tunic as well as the slacks. That's what I'm going to be looking for as soon as this. Now this is, right now I'm on the computer, but it's going to be the same gear that's dropping for console. So make sure you're writing this down so you know exactly what we're looking for. There's no guides right now or any information saying where to get it, so that's going to be something we'll probably all have to figure out as a community. I know if I figure it out, I'll be posting it onto Reddit so everyone else can get it as well, just because I'm cool like that. Now on top of that, for PvE, you can get these, the PvE XP gain. There's a couple of armor pieces that have this, give you a maximum of 12%. So you top that with the new Valor perks, that's going to give you 50% gain as well as 50% gain for the scroll, and then another 12%. You're already at 112% additional XP, so leveling is going to be way easier now. I think probably within a month or so of it being released, we're going to have a lot more 45s than what we have currently. However, for probably the meta on here, PvE is probably going to be critical hit rate. But the PVP attack power, the 25 additional % attack power for PvP with these Guide's leather boots are probably going to be what's going to be the the most sought after. Now I don't know if you guys noticed, I kind of did not point it out. Was it the where are you? Probably should have mentioned it a lot sooner. But nope, it was headdress, right? You see these headdresses? They actually have 5 runes now. I don't know if there's like maybe an unlock quest or something. You see how it's a lock sign instead of just a question mark? I think that maybe there's going to be a way to unlock it. Crap, nope, this is the wrong one. Holy my god, I'm like talking about 5 runes and it's not on there. Well, I'll find the one. I found one that had 5, but we'll look for that one later. Okay, so next one is going to be boots. No, we just did boots. We're going to do gloves. I already said what the gloves were going to be. They're going to be the defense penetration one, but these also have a 12% gain. They also have defense. Now, I'm a little bit upset that the defense isn't higher, because I do believe that 1400 was the max, or 1600 was the max defense previously, so kind of strange that when they come out with this S gear that it's not as high, that much higher like the attack power and everything, but we get what we take. The other thing I wanted to point out is now that you have access to all of your skills, which I'm going to go over that in just a sec, there's these stats on certain gear where they'll level up your skills, which is great because I just upgraded when I was trying to film this video previously and it ended up getting corrupted. But in that one I upgraded my erupting arrow and it cost me 4 skill points, so probably that was only like to level 6, so probably by the time you get up to like 10, 11, 12, if it goes that high, it's going to be costing 15, 20 skill points. So having something like this is definitely going to be beneficial if you're not planning on doing PvP or anything of that sort, or if you just need to take advantage of it. There's also one that will increase the like a Panacea time, which I think it was like a 30% boost. So having like the defense penetration Panacea on or Elixir on, then that's gonna make it last an additional 30%. Assuming you don't get killed. But like I said, these are the meta right here, the leather gloves of pale moonlight. Dance with the devil in a pale moonlight. 12.5% crit rate, defense penetration. So again, that's totaling, if you got all the gear I just listed, you'd be looking at 50% crit rate and 50% PvP defense. And then we're jumping over to the shoulder guards. Now going over these, some of these designs are actually pretty cool, like this one. This is the one I'm going to get strictly because it looks sick. But this was that Panacea increase, you see up to 50%, I'm sorry, not 30%. So an additional 50% time with your elixirs and Panaceas on there. This is what I will be using for PvE. It can do 42% damage, which is like 7% more than what the previously Bloody Shoulder Guards would provide. And they're S-tiered, so it's going to provide even more defense. And then the one that will probably be most used is, where are you? There it is. PVP attack power. Now, with the Promised Punisher's leather shoulder guards, this is going to give PVP attack power up to 50%, and now you have your defense at 50%, and you have your penetration up to 50% now. So everything's leveled out at 50%, and you are basically an unstoppable god, until everyone else gets it. I thought it was pretty cool that we have access now to penetration equipment without having to get the ridiculous 30,000 rep points for Valor or the Sen from doing red basin matches. The problem I do feel bad for are the people who grinded their asses off to reach 30,000 for like a 5% defense when now we can get 12% and don't have to be exalted. Unless, of course, we still do have to, and that's the only way to get those. And, right now there's not a lot of info available for it, but, that's what we're shooting for. This was the other PvP attack power one right here, 25%, and I love the design of this one. It's kind of like, of Asian influence, which I guess would make sense for the makers of this game. But this gives another 25, so that will actually bring your PvP attack power up to 75%. Now, if I remember correctly, there's actually a second one in here. Where are you? Right there, another one, PvP attack power 25%. So this is what has me wondering if this is going to be, the rep points for Valor and Sen, because there's two different PvP attack power ones. When I do get that information, I'll probably make a video about it. But as of right now, I don't know. Everyone's still trying to explore it and figure out how to get it. And, basically we'll all learn how to do it on computers. So when Council comes out, it's straight out the gate of a whole bunch of, 40 to 45s running to the places where these are to go gank them before everyone else. Now moving on, there's a couple new accessories I want to show off real fast for the necklaces. Now, Ring of Express Time might actually be viable. I don't know if maybe they're going to add rainbow runes now, so, to all the other S gear for, like the PvP attack power, defense penetration. If so, that'll make this an actual viable one, because they've also added like this, the Ring of Moment, which is going to require 20 of purple runes. Increases PvP attack power another 25%, so I do believe that takes you up to 100, or maybe I just miscounted it in 75%, but that's an additional 25% PvP attack. But on top of that, if it is a Rainbow Rune, you're also going to be getting the critical hit damage, 35%, and then, you know, a whole gargantuan 595 HP. And I know it's a lot. Try not to get too excited about that. The Basin Ring, I don't know if it's red, blue, or yellow, but it's a Basin Ring. Not that great. It's good, I guess, for the gold gain or critical hit damage, but you know, there's not a lot for rings other than the moment one is probably going to be the meta. Rings. So here's this one, the Heartbeat Necklace. This one's okay. It gives an extra 10%. So with the 3 other pieces of armor that had 10%, and then with this, that'll get you 40% crit rate. Obviously, you're going to miss out on defense penetration, or if you're trying to be a PvP player, you'll miss out on that. But as a PvE player, you'll be able to do stupid damage in, you know, a short amount of time. Now, the one problem I do see is you'll be sacrificing, you know, critical hit damage for critical hit rate. But moving on, Prana Shard Necklace. This one is also adds like those previous shoulder guards or whatever, or the quiver that does the artifact core gaining. I'm sitting at 60,000. Took me about a week or two to get that much. With this, it's probably going to take maybe a day or two to get up to that, because additional percents on top of how much you get, this is just going to make cores and upgrading way too easy. But I mean, it's also good because now we have all this extra S gear that is expensive to upgrade, so we need something to help boost how much cores we actually get for salvaging equipment. The Necklace of Twisted Flower. This one does 840 attack, which I do believe the previous max was like 480 on, I think, a ring previously, but now we're going to have a necklace that gives you not only 840 attack, but also increases gold gain and your critical hit rate by 3.47. This is the one that I like, okay? The Flashing Necklace. So this one gives you an attack speed boost, which I don't believe there's any accessories that had that previously, so we're going to have that, and it also increases your PvP defense. So this one was definitely made to be able to attack faster and defend yourself in PvP. I see this one as probably being the go-to instead of the Roizen Necklace right here, which is what I'm currently using. I know you lose a little bit of the penetration from this, but I think you make up for that with your attack speed boost. And I mean, you're already at 50% penetration. How much more do you need? Like, stop being greedy. So that's pretty much all. I went over the Ranger ones, but all the classes had the same stats. So, you know, base what you're planning on getting on those ones, write them down, and then go check your own class in the marketplace for which one you want to get. Like I said, when this comes out on console, it's going to be a race to get all those. But I just want to do a quick little run through of a few other changes. The most noticeable one is now we can build up our own blessing, right? Every skill is going to be available for you depending on what level you are. 26 is like the highest that you can unlock it. And as you play, you get skill points really easily. It's no longer like 100 equals 5%. I think like 100 is somewhere around like 10 to 15%, because I did like 3 quests and I had like 2 skill points. So in doing that, you'll be able to buy whichever ones you want, and then all you have to do is once you have them unlocked, you hit, let me hit space on here, but then you can place which 4 you want. I see as, for PvP, I'm going to be probably doing Erupting Arrow for the knockdown. If Fire from Above does have the tracing, I'm going to be doing that because that's one of the strongest skill a Ranger has. You know, when someone's trying to run away, or, you know, you get that quick shot on them. Ambush Shot for the Interrupt to stop mages or from their casting their meteor, or to stop paladins from all their, or crusaders, whatever, from all their stuns. And then on top of that, probably Thundering Arrow, really, because I need one that can do in PvE to be able to do, you know, multi-target hits. So this is pretty much like a Blind Executioner, but I don't have mine fully upgraded, so I can't really say how long it's going to be to upgrade to get, like tracing or anything, or if that's even available. Hopefully I'll find out in the next few days and make another video about it. Like I said though, when I was trying to film this before I upgraded this, it costs like 4 skill points. That's what I mean, you get skill points ridiculously easy. And it shows you over here on the right how much, how much of an increase you get. It'll always have your base damage listed, so that doesn't change, which was kind of cool. So its base is 1766, and since I upgraded to 7, I now can go, I do 78% more than that. So, I don't know, a little over 3,000%, and it also decreases the cooldown. Now, what that means is the blessings are no longer going to have any active skills. These are all going to be passives that you use. For now, I'll just go over Gifted Valor. I did Sharpshooter. Basically, you get Breath of Valors. I'll show you how to get those in just a sec, but as you get them, you need to upgrade them, and they start getting super expensive. But over here, the one I got, it made it so that whenever targets are hit by a rush type and double shot type combo or skill, 3 times the flashing effect is applied to you for 11 seconds. Flashing effect decreases charge time of Tempest Shot by 10%, and when I upgrade it, it's going to last for another second and decrease the charge up by another 10%, so it'll be a 20% decrease. Now, these ones are going to be probably the ones that people are going to struggle the most to upgrade fully, but they're also probably going to be the best one. We're going to have to figure out which one. I do believe there are reset cards because I got one in the mail before, but this is what's going to make or break you in PvP. You have to go through and figure out which ones are going to work best for you and give you the best boost as a passive. I did like this haste one. Decrease skill charging time for Tempest Volley by 24%, so a quarter of it, and you increase the damage by 5%. And then the following one increases it by 7%. Now, I don't know if that's 7 stacks on top of 5, or if it's just adding 2%. More than likely it's the latter, but who really knows. Then you have these. These are kind of like side ones as well. These are the superior breaths. Now, where you get those is right up here, Ancient Altar, and be prepared. I want you to hold a pillow or something to get ready to scream. For 1,000 Starseeds, you can buy a normal one, or for 10,000, you can buy 10. Now, this is reminiscent of the mobile RPG games like King's Raid, stuff like that, where you have to buy the character, or you can buy 10 cards and hope you get the legendary character and combine those cards together, because there's actually a way to combine them in here as well. This is the part that's kind of irritating me, because this is so reminiscent of that, and it just completely changes the dynamic of the game. I mean, I'm going to have to do it because I do need to stay on top of my thing. And then you can see too, your regular ones are Starseed, your superior ones are Lumina, so you have to spend real money to get your superior ones so that you're able to actually upgrade the, these ones down here, which... I don't know about you, but that seems a little scammy. So if I don't have enough money, I'm not going to be able to upgrade the passives that, may give me a boost in combat or anything. It's slowly changing to be a play to win. Another sort of evidence-based thing pointed toward that is, I don't know if it's going to change on console, but your exchange rate with Ophelia for the Starseeds. When I went to go get Starseeds, the first one, you only get 100 Starseeds for 150 gold instead of 1,000, right? Which seems pretty low, especially when, it costs 1,000 for a single breath when you need 3 breaths for just level 2. So you'll have to go 10 days for upgrading it. Well, you can actually save time by going and spending real money on a bundle to get 100,000 Starseeds 5 times. So at 1,000 Lumina, you're looking at, $10? So for $50, you can get 500,000 Starseeds, just like that. And these other bundles also have some Starseeds on them as well. Which, again, for this one is 30,000 Starseeds. So, again, it kind of is leaning towards a pay to win with the amount of Starseeds you can just outright buy instead of buying gear and having to sell it. You can just straight up buy Starseeds, and it seems like they're minimizing the amount of Starseeds you actually get from Ophelia, so you're pretty much forced to buy it, or you're not going to be able to afford anything. Now, a good addition this time is in matchmaking. Why did you go to Bless Pass? I said matchmaking. In matchmaking, the multi-queue system has come out, so while you're waiting for Altar of Blood, you can also queue Sunder Sanctuary or Bloody Arena, and whichever one, you know, gets the 5 players first will pop up, and you can either choose to do that or quit it and, you know, log into another one. The time dungeons, I think, are like 7 Dream Scale. And Depths of Corruption came back, which was great, but that's about it. I know, actually, one other thing, the Valor perks real fast. So you get an additional 50 Lumina every day, so, you know, what, like 50 cents, $5. You get a 50% PV XP gain, which, you know, stacked with your scroll will give you a 100% boost, which is why I think there's going to be a lot of 45 soon. But the best thing on here is the additional 50 baggage space. So if you have maxed out your bags at 250, you can now hit 300. The problem with it is that as soon as your Valor perks go away, you still have all that gear, but now you're 50 spaces in the hole, and you're going to have to get rid of some of that. And then the other benefit that I like is the 40% discount from shops, because the general merchants sell, like, you know, potions of recovery 4. If you don't have enough health potions, you can buy the recovery ones, and they're, you know, they do okay. I mean, it's probably best to get healing potions instead of the recovery, but that's, you know, that's what we gotta do. Haven't figured out yet if you're able to master all these yet. No one's gotten that far yet to my knowledge. If somebody knows, let me know in the comments so I can make another video on that. But so far it looks like that's really all the changes that have came. I want to know what you guys think. You know, even if you don't comment on any of my other videos, at least comment on this and let me know what you guys think about all the changes on here. If they're good, if they're bad, if, you know, Neo Wish just signed their death warrant, their death certificate. I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to try and max out everything, see what I can do, but if this really does turn out that I have to spend money to actually, you know, become a top PvP player, I don't know how much longer I can play this, just because that's one of the scummiest practices in gaming. But, you know, I still have high hopes for it. I do. With all the other changes that happened, all the good changes, I think they kind of sort of balance each other out a bit. But I'm not that far into it. It's only been released for 2 days, so give me a couple weeks and come back and you know, I'll give you my actual honest opinion. So it looks like, I mean, that's really all I had to do. I mean, all I really had to say. There's some more changes that I can't think of off the top of my head, but those are the main ones. I just wanted to make this video to help out console players who don't have a computer, so they know exactly what to expect, you know, to save up their Starseeds. Use up all their memory well, don't use them up yet, but use them up later on once we get them, because you will need those to upgrade your skills, and to expect to spend some money. And for any new PC players who, you know, are trying to traverse this, and there's not really a lot of good tutorials out there, I just wanted to go over some of the changes and what you can expect, and really what to work for, you know, in terms of gear if you want to actually succeed in this game. So if you, you know, if you liked the video, definitely check out my channel, like, subscribe if you want. Check out some of my other videos. I got a couple boss tutorials. I have a couple more I'm planning on doing in the future. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. And, yeah, comment, let me know what you guys think. Have a good one, guys.